One thing I like to do a lot is I like to shoot guns. I know that sounds weird. I do it all the time in my family. I'm one of the best in my family, actually. But what happens if a blind kid got a hold of a gun? Had no idea what it is or what it does, and let's say you sneak up on that person, and they get scared and turn around and point at you and accidentally shoot it. Then you're dead, because that person didn't know. So, that's why I'm saying being blind is worse than being deaf, because when you're blind, you're not quite aware of everything that's going on around you. Because you may know what it is, like you may know like the word or something about what something is, but you don't know exactly what it is. Because you just can't match a picture with something because you don't know what it looks like or what it is. So there's a lot of downsides to being blind.
Well, up to 10 million people are deaf around the U.S. How many blind people do you see around the U.S. that's deaf? I mean, how many blind people do you see? Well, my opponent said that when you're blind and driving, that it's hard. Well, being deaf when you're driving is worse. You can't hear. I mean, whatever. When you're deaf, you can't hear special like instructions given to the drivers that you usually hear, like honk. I mean, you hear cars honking at you. You wouldn't be able to hear that when you're deaf. Or when the little traffic guy gives you signals, like when he yells at you or something, you can't hear that because you're deaf. Being blind isn't all that bad than being deaf because you can't hear or talk. And when my opponent said that something about shooting guns, can't you feel the gun if you're blind?
You don't know what it is.
But you can feel it though.
Yeah, but you don't know what it can do.
It could be a fake gun.
Yeah, maybe that blind person grew up playing with water guns. It's the Grand Crossfire. You just sit here talking. But maybe that blind kid grew up shooting water guns at people because he can't be in a pool. How can you tell the difference between a water gun and a real gun?
You can feel it though.
Not always.
Blind people are not allowed to have it. You have to have a license to buy.
You can't help if you're blind. What happens if your guy's like a police officer?
Deaf people.
You said what?
When he's sitting on the he sit with them with his hands. If you're blind, you're not gonna see what he's sitting.
But
If
you
you're
have
blind,
people
you would
that
never
drive
ever
you,
drive if you're blind.
You have people that drive you though.
You can actually drive if you're deaf.
Drive if you're blind. You'll catch the bus or something like that. You can't drive.
And you said
You
black
have a
people
guard dog or a
have more
candy.
things to do. You can't look at anything if you're blind, do anything if you're blind. You can't see
Well,
it.
You can't comprehend what you're doing if you're blind.
You can't hear if you're blind. I mean, if you're deaf. If you deaf,
Yeah, but
That's why they have
if you
sound
deaf
like.
and you driving a
Like you
car,
talking to me, I can
if you
sound
driving a
like
car and you're deaf, how you gonna hear that siren in the back of you? How you gonna?
They
If
have
you driving the
things.
right correctly way, they wouldn't have to beat their horn if you were deaf.
Yeah, and they actually have things in your car that like light up.
I said sirens. You don't have to drive correctly to hear a siren.
They in the rearview mirror, you can see the sign.
Yeah, you see the
bright
lights
red
blinking.
lights doing all
I
that.
mean, but you're not gonna be able to hear it. When you hear it, you're gonna hear
That's what the
a
mirror's
train
for.
track or something. You can't hear a train.
That's
track.
why the lights thing.
That's why there's lights and things going down.
That's why the lights.
And he's over here saying it's worse to drive when you're blind. You want a blind
You're
person
not
driving
gonna
behind
You're not
you?
gonna drive.
You're not allowed to.
If you're blind, don't get on the road. That's common
You
sense.
the one who said it. You're the one
Well, if someone wants to get your attention, you think they're gonna throw the sign to get your attention? That would not work. If you're deaf, you could feel vibrations or something, and you could hear. I mean, if you're blind, you could hear what someone's saying, feel vibrations, see where someone's at.
Well, if they're not smart enough to see when they're talking to them, that's their own problem.
Not all people know sign language.
If you're not
I know,
facing
but
a
That's
person,
why you could learn.
if
Yeah,
you're not-
deaf people can learn
if you're not
to
facing someone, how can they alert you?
What do you mean by that?
If I want his attention, how can I alert him if he's deaf?
I don't know. You can tap him on the shoulder.
If he's way up
If
there.
people around you and they feel like the deaf person wants you, they'll say, hey, we want you.
Yeah, it don't always work like that.
Why would you be calling a deaf person anyway? That's just being
To
retarded.
alert him, what if someone
But you
say
can't-
it's
he
gonna
can't hear,
harm
so
him?
why would you call
What if
him?
say it's
He
gonna
can-
harm the deaf person and you want to alert the deaf person? How can you do that?
You better bail into him behind him.
That would be impolite.
Well, I'm sure hoping if someone's trying to kill your friend, you're going to help them, not just call them.
Yeah, call it. There's always situations. Say if she across the someone's across the room, not facing me, I'm gonna go throw up a sign to tell him to look
Throw
out.
something at him, they dead. What more could you do?
Well, you putting him in more harm. You throwing
If someone,
something at him.
but like you said,
If you
someone
was
trying to
blind,
harm
you
them.
couldn't be able to see nobody beating you or nothing.
If somebody had a gun over
you have
there,
a dog,
you gonna
though.
throw something at him to tell him he had a gun?